I wanted to talk about skincare because this is something that we don't really, we don't think about because it's, we do it every day. It's just sort of our routine. We get up, take a shower if you do in the morning, wash your face, put your stuff on. The only time we really think about it is when we're getting older, and well, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody. When I started getting older and I started really thinking about, retinol creams and how am I going to preserve my skin in the best way possible and all that stuff. So I'm going to take you guys back to when I was like in my 20s. When I was in my mid 20s, I was in college. It was when I was really hard. I was a chemistry major in pre-med. So I was taking a lot of science classes. And I'll tell you time and time again, my very favorite, it kicks my ass, but my favorite class I ever took was anatomy and physiology in college. And I feel like everybody should probably have some background in anatomy and physiology just because it's so beneficial to our own health, right? So education is power, but I was very girly in my early 20s. So, nails, my hair was down the middle of my back, and I had it every 6 weeks, like clockwork, had my highlights just right. I curled my hair every single day. I was very into my appearance in my early 20s, and wanted to keep that. Like I was, I just really wanted to keep that, don't we all? So mid 20s, I was in college really hardcore, and I didn't have a lot of time, or I felt like I didn't have a lot of time. I was under a lot of stress, and I kind of let myself, appearance-wise, kind of let that go to the back burner a little bit, lived in my sweatpants in a chemistry lab most of the time, So, and I was totally fine with that. That's totally cool. But then my late 20s start coming along, and I was taking this anatomy and physiology class, and when one of the sections that we covered was the integumentary system, which is just a big word for your skin. And your skin, everything that you put on the outside of your skin gets absorbed into your bloodstream. So to me, that was like a kind of a big eye-opener. So I started doing some of my own research on the chemicals that are in skincare products and how that affects you. So when you are ingesting something, like you're eating something, it goes through an entirely different filtration system with our kidneys and our liver, and then our intestines. That's all there for a reason, to filter out a lot of the chemicals and things that we ingest. And we can do that pretty well unless you get to a point where you have, leaky gut and that sort of stuff. But when you're putting something on your skin, you're skipping that system, that filtration system. It's going directly into your bloodstream. And a lot of these chemicals aren't regulated like food is. So in the United States, skincare, you can put things that are known carcinogens in skincare, and that's legal. So in a lot of like European countries and a lot of other countries, they actually, they ban those chemicals. So like parabens that we hear a lot about, parabens is known to cause a lot of, cancer, for one thing, breast cancer specifically. So parabens is found in almost all women's, I hope I don't freeze up. I'm having some intermittent stuff happening. But so those go into your bloodstream. They're known carcinogens. And we're not thinking about it the same way as the food that we're eating. So we're I think that as time goes on, we're relating what we eat more and more to our health and realizing we have more control kind of over our illnesses and whatnot. When it comes to our skin, I don't know if we're putting that together the same way. So because when I talk to people about skincare, this is news to them most of the time, so they're not realizing that this stuff is harmful. So now you see everywhere, there's all these network marketing companies that are pushing out all these chemical products for our skin. I'm not going to name them individually, but we know that there's people selling all sorts of stuff, and it's to, either rejuvenate your skin, decrease your wrinkles on your skin, a lot of things that actually will, they might make your appearance better. If you're, for collagen, for example, collagen is a natural thing that we can consume that helps our skin firm up and stuff. But a lot of these things that are going on our skin that are going directly into our bloodstream can be making us look better, but making us internally ill. So we have to be aware that. We have to be aware that these chemicals that are going into our bloodstream, and if you know anything about autoimmune diseases, which I talk about a lot in my gut health program and in my hormone health program, we can, if it's going into your bloodstream, your body's going to attack it. Your autoimmunities are going to attack that foreign chemical, and that is where we get autoimmune diseases. So skincare is this all relates to our internal health. And so I got a little bit freaked out when I was in anatomy and physiology. I started looking at, every single face cream, I read the back of it because I was trying to find something that I could use that I didn't feel was going to harm me. And over the counter, could not find anything. Even Burt's Bees now is owned by Clorox. They've completely changed their formulas. So anything over the counter has something in it, whether it's preservatives or something, right? So I started going to Amazon. So Amazon, in 5 to 10 years ago, it was a lot harder to find an organic face cream or something like this. And now it's gotten a little bit easier to find, but they're, pretty high priced. And you have to do your own homework. So you have to research your own thing. Unless it specifically says USDA organic, then you have to do your own homework. And they usually don't, they're usually not organic. So even if they're non-toxic, a lot of the times they're not coming from organic sources. And so they're able to kind of sneak that through a little bit where, it can say, and we know it can say all natural and still have artificial sweeteners in a food, right? It's the same thing with your skincare. So you have to actually know if it says a certain chemical name, is that chemical one of the carcinogenic chemicals, or is that something that's going to interfere with our endocrine system, or, what's it going to do for us? And so until I started doing my own homework on all this stuff and realizing how hard it really was, I spent 2 years where I only used coconut oil on my skin. So on my face, my moisturizer, I used Dr. Bronner's peppermint Castile soap for my body wash. And I just completely, when it came to deodorant, you guys are going to be so disgusted by this. I didn't use deodorant for years. I would literally wash myself off after a workout, or I would, I had some essential oils and stuff that I can use to mask it, but those don't really cover everything and whatever. And it was a little gross, and I had wipes, new wipes that I kept in my car that I could just wipe myself down, I know it's completely disgusting, but I did my homework and I knew this, I didn't want breast cancer, and I know that it's so prevalent. And so I was just trying to be really cautious. Then probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I made my own deodorant with arrowroot powder and coconut oil, essential oils, and it worked, that worked. So that kind of got me through a little bit. And then face makeup. So makeup was one of the hardest things to find that didn't have chemicals in it. So I started doing my homework there as well. At the time, I could use Bare Minerals, but Bare Minerals has now moved to Sephora. And so they've been changing their chemical or their formulas a little bit as well. So I've been finding them gradually kind of sticking in some of the dioxides and some of the different stuff in there that aren't good anymore. So then I found another one, another where I could get my eyeliner and my mascara through. And so I started using that and whatever. So then 2 years ago, a friend of mine came to me with, and this was right after, so I had opened my boot camp business, my studio, and was getting probably, 5 network marketers a day in my inbox because I have a following, I have clients and whatever. And they're all like, you could, sell this product, you're going to do amazing. And I wanted to establish myself as a coach that without network marketing businesses, right? So I didn't want to be a Beachbody coach. I didn't want anybody to know me or associate me with a network marketing product. And so somebody came to me with this new product line. And it was all organic skincare. So I, of course, purchased the package. So they, it was a network marketing business. and it was, you pay $150 and you get like $400 worth of product. And it was all stuff that I was like, oh my gosh, I've been searching for years for this, you know? So it was like the face creams, the makeup, the exfoliant, night serum, hyaluronic acid, you know, all these things that I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. So I purchased it and didn't, and just used it myself because, like I said, like I wasn't, you know, for one thing, I didn't have any freaking time to be pushing any sort of network marketing. And I've been part of like 8 different network marketing companies as hobbies. And so I always just did it just to get my product, you know. And so this was kind of the same thing. It was like, okay, this solved my problem and I'm going to use this. Well, then what happens when you start running out of product, you know, and you're like, okay, now I have to pay for it. And I started looking and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm already paying that on Amazon. So this business, which is, it used to be called Ava Anderson and now it's called Pure Haven. So this network marketing company was actually about the same price, if not less, than what I was already paying for my stuff on Amazon. And so that was really exciting to me because I was like, this is organic as well. And I hadn't been able to find the organic stuff. It's even their essential oils were organic, and it's hard to find organic essential oils, even with the network marketing businesses. So, so I was just super excited about that when I started researching it. And then a couple of weeks ago, I made this post, you know, about that my students in my PE class had commented about that they thought I was 27 years old. And it had been, you know, I'm turning 40. So I know now when I talk to people about my age and I say, oh, I'm turning 40 in February, I know that sounds different than saying you're 38, you know, or 39. And so I don't know if that's why, but even just in the grocery store 2 days ago, Tim and I were in there and the lady's jaw hit the ground and she goes, you guys do not look 40, you know, she was really surprised. And so what this all boils down to is I am totally going to just hit it hard with Pure Haven. I decided, you know what, if I'm using this and I love this stuff so much, I'm just going to sell it to my peeps. And what this also does is I've got this really huge business background. So I went to business school. I've spent thousands of dollars on business coaching, all this stuff. So what does this do for me? This lets me like empower women to sell a product that I believe in wholeheartedly, and I can business coach them through the whole process. So just in the last year, I spent $1,600 just in online business coaching, you know, right? So to me, it's just this fantastic, like it hit me in the head and I was like, why am I not doing this? I just closed my studio, so I'm no longer employing anybody. I used to employ trainers, personal trainers, and a massage therapist. And I loved that. That was one of my favorite things about owning my business, was being able to employ people. And when I stopped doing that, it was heartbreaking to me because I just know that that's something that changed my life. Starting my own business and having my own independence and being able to do my own thing and be with my kids and all that has been just fantastic for me. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not even done with my paperwork signing up for Pure Haven yet. I already have a team though. So I've reached out to some people over the last few days, the last couple days, that I knew would be interested in this because of the skincare stuff and we're wellness professionals and yada, yada. And so I already have some people on my team that are starting their own teams, and we're starting a VIP business coaching group where we're going to, together, we're going to be building up some, managing some teams. So you guys are totally invited to join in on this if you want to. This is going to be completely free business coaching for anybody who's in my team, and like active business coaching. So I'm going to be, kind of walking everybody through the steps on your website and how to get people in who aren't your friends and family. I don't believe in cold messaging people, and a lot of the things that we are taught in network marketing businesses that we're supposed to do. We don't have to be annoying and sleazy to, sell an amazing product. People will come to you once they find out that you're selling this because it's something that every woman needs. So I consider myself to be an educator. So I don't sell anything, right? I'm an educator. I educate people on why they need to do what they need to do. And then I show them the way to do that. So I do that in all of my coaching, my wellness coaching, my weight loss programs, like all of it. It's the same thing. If you're an educator, then people will appreciate you. There's nothing sleazy about helping somebody. And so that's what we do. So that's what I'm going to be teaching some women how to do if they're interested. And if not, that's okay. I only want, people on my team who really want in 2018, want to do amazing, huge things in their business. And want to look at this as a real legitimate opportunity, because it totally is. I am not blowing smoke at all. You're going to see me in the next few months, and you're going to wish you had joined my team. So because this is going to be huge. So organic skincare, everybody needs it. And I'm just super excited about this. I've been using the products, all of their products, they use rose essential oil in their eye cream, rose essential oil. Do you know how expensive rose essential oils are when they're organic? That's fantastic. The cream, the body cream and moisturizer that I bought off Amazon smelled like cocoa butter. It didn't smell good. This stuff, it's aloe based, so it's not as heavy. It's not heavy like the cocoa butter is, but it smells fantastic. It's really refreshing. They even have there's a toner spray that I am addicted to. I never used toner in my entire life until I got this in a free sample kit. And it's aloe based, smells amazing, and it's refreshing. So when you get out of the sun in the summertime and spray it on your face, I would hold it in my hand for a while, and every once in a while spray it on my skin for half an hour or whatever, because it just is so refreshing. It feels amazing. So these products are really good. And if you get a kit and just try them, you're not going to regret it. They're so good. So, and they're made in super small batches. So this is a small manufacturing business where there's no preservatives. So they just make these in very small batches, and you don't have to worry about all of the chemicals. So anyway, all right, off my soapbox. You do not have to use chemicals on your skin, and I highly encourage you not to. So I am going to be doing, of course, different series of videos about all of the different skincare products, what chemicals you need to look for, and what you don't want. And then I am going to be selling these products because you need them, and I know that people need them, and they're fantastic. So, so that's what this is all about. Hey, Wendy, Veruska, Aaron, Ryan. Okay, awesome. Stacy. Okay, so thanks you guys for popping in. Just know that if you're putting it on your skin, it's going into your bloodstream. So no parabens for sure, no sulfates or sulfites. And we have shampoo and conditioner in this line that's also good. And we know how hard that is to find where your hair doesn't turn to straw, anything that's rosemary and eucalyptus, it's going to be fantastic, right? Yeah, and then your hair's straw. So just, be aware of this stuff. And all right, I'll be checking back in. I'm going to give you guys more details on some of the business opportunity side of it, because in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be starting in with everybody on building their back end of their business and how to strategically start building their lists of people from around the country instead of just their friends and family and everything else. So, all right. If you want me to coach you, then send me a message. I am doing this in a really strategic way. So the first people that sign up are going to be directly under me. And it's going to be beneficial to you. So I'm only putting 6 people directly under me. So you've still I have a couple spots left if you are interested. So, all right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Oh, wait, what did Wendy say? Yeah, right. It's sort of yeah, I guess I don't want to offend anybody, but there's definitely a fine line between beauty and vanity, right? And we don't want to be harming ourselves by our beauty routines, right? So, all right. So if you are just popping in, go back to the beginning and see why, especially why you shouldn't be putting chemicals in your body. I'm going to hop off of here. I got some appointments coming up here pretty soon. So I got to meet with a client right now. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys later.